Greta Thunberg is a Swedish environmental activist. She rose to prominence in 2018, when aged 15. She protested local weather alternate outdoor the Swedish Parliament. Her college strike rapidly unfold international, making her a distinguished spokesperson for environmental motives and world warming in particular. Thunberg has traveled throughout the world, avoiding aeroplanes, to communicate to main political figures. She states she is now not affiliated to any political movement, however argues we want to take pressing motion to reverse an approaching environmental disaster. Our residence is on fire. I am right here to say our residence is on fire. According to the IPCC, we are much less than 12 years away from now not being capable to undo our mistakes. The 16th of April 2019. Early existence and activism. Greta Thunberg was once born on 3 January 2003. Her mom is a Swedish opera singer and her father an actor. Thunberg grew to become conscious of the chance of world warming from the age of 8, and couldn't recognize why so little was once being performed about it. From a feeling of helplessness, Thunberg grew to become depressed and regularly stopped speaking, a situation recognized as selective mutism. She was once additionally recognized with Asperger's syndrome. Children with Asperger's lack social verbal exchange and can quit up with repetitive patterns of speech and behavior. It is regularly viewed a slight shape of autism and overlaps with obsessive-compulsive disorder. Thunberg says she doesn't revel in chit-chat and for many years at college was once very quiet and shy. But her persona has. If you like the video, please like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel. Been, in many methods, a blessing for her position as social activist. Speak me unpalatable truths. Thunberg says that she sees matters in black and white, and in specific the readability of actual risk dealing with the planet. She stated that the solely element that helped her to overcome her internal turmoil and despair used to be to protest and talk about local weather exchange and environmental issues. Thunberg has stated that she can't let matters go like different people, however she feels the internal force to hold speak me about local weather change. No be counted how awkward or challenging it proves to be. Initially, the goal of her activism used to be her parents. Her father remembered how she was once very continual with innumerable arguments, statistics and graphs. He remembers it received to a factor the place he said, over the years, I ran out of arguments. Her dad and mom additionally have been blissful to see that her activism was once a way out of her depression. Greta remembers that having the energy to persuade her mother and father gave her self-assurance she should do something with her life. That's when I realized I may want to make a difference. And how I bought out of that melancholy used to be that I thought, it is simply a waste of time feeling this way due to the fact I can do so plenty properly with my life. I am making an attempt to do that nevertheless. Now, in May 2018, when she was once 15, she received an essay writing opposition on the surroundings held by way of a Swedish newspaper. This led to her attending conferences with an environmental team, Fossil-Free Dalsland, who had been dedicated to taking motion towards local weather change. Thunberg determined her contribution may want to be to lead a faculty strike to increase awareness. She later stated that she acquired the notion for a college strike from the instance of U.S. college students who refused to return to college after every other deadly capturing at Parkland, Florida before in the year. Greta_Thunberg Anders Hellberg August-2018 CC by SA 4 by Anders Hellberg CC by SA 4.0. Initially, none of her faculty pals wished to be a part of her, so she determined to go in advance with the strike on her personal on the 20th of August. That summer, Sweden had skilled heat waves and wildfires, so the trouble was once pretty prominent, however had been mostly not noted with the aid of the principal political events in the countrywide election. Thunberg cited she would no longer return to college till after the Swedish general election on 9 September. She demanded the Swedish authorities commit to decreasing carbon emission to the tiers agreed with the aid of the Paris Agreement of 2016. Initially, she reduced a lone discern on the cobblestones with a hand-painted banner. Her mother and father tried to dissuade her, and passers-by expressed bemusement. After the elections, she went on strike each Friday, touring to the Swedish Parliament to protest a lack of motion in opposition to local weather change. Despite taking one day off a week for protests, she caught up her homework on different days. According to her father, she remained in the pinnacle 5 of her class. Her schoolwork mixed with activism, such as writing speeches potential. She frequently works 12 to 15-hour days. Her protest quickly unfolded on social media to different faculty kids of her age. It additionally obtained giant media coverage. Quite shortly, the college strikes unfolded throughout the world and made the front web-page headlines. Many humans say that Sweden is simply a small USA and it doesn't be counted what we do. But I've realized that you are by no means too small to make a distinction, and if a few young people can get headlines all over the world simply through no longer going to faculty, then imagine what we may want to all do collectively if we actually desired to. The 25th of January, 2019, San_Francisco_Youth_Climate_Strike_March_March_15_March_31 Into the Woods author. Into the Woods CC SAW by 4.0. The faculty strikes have divided opinion throughout the world. Supporters have argued that given the impending hazard going through the planet, it is lifelike to take a radical stance. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said, "My technology has failed to reply excellent to the dramatic project of local weather change. This is deeply felt by using younger people. No marvel they are angry." Others argue it encourages truancy and does nothing to ameliorate the situation. Personal alternatives and the environment. Thunberg believes that it is essential all and sundry makes selections which assist to seem after the environment. She is vegan, due to the fact keeping off meat and dairy can make a vast contribution to lowering detriment. If you like the video, please like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel. Emissions and carbon footprint. She additionally forced her mother and father to grow to be vegan, and made them sense responsible by means of pronouncing they have been negative the future possibilities of her generation. She has additionally vowed no longer to take aeroplanes as they are a great contributor to international warming. This has raised the occurrence of flight shame. The notion we ought to be shamed into now not flying, however, take extra environmentally pleasant types of transport. Greta_Thunberg_01 Anders Hellberg by Anders Hellberg. CC by SOF 4.0. Thunberg has spoken at excessive profile activities throughout Europe. This blanketed Speak Me at Davos, the World Economic Forum on the 23rd of January 2019. She arrived with the aid of train, whereas many delegates arrived with the aid of personal jet. She used to be in general blunt and to the point, arguing that many delegates had been prioritizing growing non-public wealth as an alternative than thinking about the welfare of the planet and future generations. Some people, some companies, some selection makers and unique have acknowledged precisely what helpful values they have been sacrificing to proceed making inconceivable quantities of money. I assume many of you right here these days belong to that crew of people. Davos, the 23rd of January 2019. She has additionally spoken at the European Parliament and Austrian World Summit. In June 2019, she introduced she would journey to the United Nations local weather summits at the United Nations in New York. However, she would now not fly, however journey in a high-speed racing yacht, outfitted with photovoltaic panels and underwater generators which generate zero carbon emissions. She then plans to take the Instruct with her father to any other UN local weather convention in Chile. She is taking a sabbatical from faculty to spend a 12 months campaigning towards environmental destruction. In July 2019, she made her musical debut with the English rock team the 1975. She recorded a lengthy voice-over on their song, Time to Rebel, from their new album Pronouncing. The time for civil disobedience was once here. Proceeds from the tune will go to the protest motion. Extinction Rebellion. We have to well known that the older generations have failed. All political moves in their existing structure have failed. But Homo sapiens have no longer but failed. Yes, we are failing, however there is nevertheless time to flip the entirety around. In 2019, Thunberg has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize with the aid of deputies from the Swedish Parliament. Time Journal has named Thunberg as one of the 100 most influential human beings of the year. Criticism from opponents her activism has incurred the wrath of these, who since threatened with the aid of her activism, with criticism and private assaults from political events which have interaction in local weather denial such as the U.S. Republican birthday celebration and the German AfD. Responding to online criticism of her appearance and her Asperger's, she responds, I predicted when I began that if this is going to end up big, then there will be a lot of hate. It's a wonderful sign. I assume that need to be due to the fact they see us as a threat. That skill that something has modified in the debate, and we are making a difference. Guardian. Increasingly Greta Thunberg has come to be a proxy in political battles. She is emblematic of a radical choice to the contemporary mainstream orthodoxy. As a result, she has been criticized by means of political commentators who disagree with the notion of activism they see as left-wing and progressive. President Trump, in particular, has made non-public assaults on Thunberg, especially after she used to be awarded Time Person of the Year in 2019. Trump tweeted, so ridiculous. Greta have to work on her anger administration problem, then go to a exact ancient normal film with a friend. Democratic presidential hopeful Joe Biden defended Greta saying, the Greta effect, this is a time period used to describe the affect on environmental activism, in particular amongst younger people. Her excessive profile has stimulated many hundreds of younger human beings to take comparable moves in defending the environment. When touring Bristol in England 2020, an estimated 25,000 humans got here to take section in the protest. Personal fame. Greta has additionally had an extraordinary upward jab to worldwide fame. From a lone outsider to one of the most outstanding worldwide activists in the world, she has been requested how she offers with the fame. She replies, sometimes I experience like it's no longer going on due to the fact it's like two absolutely special worlds. Here I am simply a quiet girl, and there I am very famous. Thunberg is eager to keep entire independence from different corporations and no longer financially income from her activism. She doesn't take delivery of fee for her speeches. When she observed out a local weather enterprise, we don't have time AB. Have been the use of her identify to make money, she reduce herself off from the organization. She additionally factors out she is now not a local weather scientist, however is basically a spokesperson for the science that is already in the public domain. If you like the video, please like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel.